very good morning to one and all. I request now Professor Kothari to escort the dignitaries to the dais. The Fraternity of University of Mumbai is honored to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Jayant V. Narlikar, Emeritus Professor, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Pune. Along with him, we have our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Naresh Chandra, Director BCUD, Dr. Rajpal Hande, and Professor Kothari. Let us begin today's session, the last session on ICE lecture series. And always let us have a beginning with our university song.
Idam sundaram mandiram sharadaya Mumbapuri Vishwavidyalayam. Idam sundaram mandiram sharadaya Mumbapuri Vishwavidyalayam. Kada shastra
That's indeed a good beginning. This ICE lecture series has been inaugurated in the hands of Dr. Professor R.A. Mashelkar. Now we are fortunate to have Professor Jayant Narlikar for this last series of this year, which is on science and technology. So I request our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Naresh Chandra, to greet him with a floral bouquet and also a book as a token of appreciation. Now I call upon our Pro Vice Chancellor to give an insight into this ICE lecture series.
Our esteemed, the chief guest for this, the last lecture of the series, ICE, Padma Vibhushan, Professor Jayant Narlikar, my colleague in the university, Dr. Rajpal Hande, Director, Board of College and University Development, Professor Kothari, Head of Physics Department, all the distinguished guests, invitees, esteemed professors, colleagues, and my dear student friends. We are indeed very happy to welcome Padma Vibhushan Professor Jayant Narlikar to this lecture. I am sure he is known to all of us. We always feel proud of him. He is our inspiration. The formal introduction will be given by Professor Hande. I only would like to say a few words while welcoming our esteemed chief guest. Is, as very rightly said, that we are coming to an end of a series which was started on 2nd February. ICE, enlighten yourself every Saturday. And I have every reason to say that we have very successfully come to this last lecture of the series. We do receive feedback from different sections. Some of the people sitting here, they are from maybe neither the university department nor from science faculty, but they have liked these lectures so much that they feel like attending. And from different colleges also, some students are present here. Some of the faculty members are present here. So, and a new initiative perceived by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajan Velukar. He conceptualized the idea, then we did discuss. Initially, we thought of we'll focus on lectures on science, and we'll invite eminent scientists from our country to this series of lectures. And one lecture we will have of this series is a non-science person, and accordingly, second last lecture was from Professor Moolchand Sharma, the presently Vice Chancellor of Central University in Haryana, and he spoke on humanities, science without humanities. All the lectures have been very, very inspiring, and I take the opportunity to express my deep sense of gratitude to all these eminent scientists who accepted our invitation and graced this series spoke their feelings, views, and I am 100% sure some of our young minds must have definitely inspired by these lectures and thoughts. Who knows, 15, 20, 30 years from now, some of you will be invited similar way to deliver such good lectures. And you will inspire the young minds of those days. I pray Almighty God that our students must rise to the occasion, and I wish all your cherished dream be fulfilled. I also place on record my deep sense of appreciation for the thought which was conceived by our Honorable Vice Chancellor. What we did, we tried to develop into ourselves into a team. I remember maybe a few months before we were talking that we want to work as facilitator. It is not the university should be known for what administration is being carried out, or examinations being conducted, or teaching research is only in the university departments and it remains focused in the departments. We want to come beyond the departments. The university organize activities in curricular, co-curricular and extracurricular so that students of our university get themselves developed into as a total personality development, perceiving ultimately into developing ourselves into a good human being. And that is the purpose, we believe, of getting good education. I am sure when you will listen to our Professor Jain Nardikar ji, it will be so inspiring. So we have all, whether he knows us or not, because he meets large number of people, but I am sure every one of us knows him so well and will have inspiration from his thoughts, from his work, from his researches, and from his humanness, so that we also develop accordingly. While I was appreciating that our Honorable Vice Chancellor conceptualized this idea, to make it happen successfully, to make it happen in a best possible way, it was only possible with the help of Dr. Professor Hande and we were working, but I must appreciate Professor Kothari, the head of physics department. When we asked initially, he was reluctant, but today I'm sure he will be the happiest person that he has organized, he has been the chief coordinator, he has made it a success. When I say Professor Kothari, because he alone also cannot do, he tried to develop his team. And there have been some of very dedicated persons in his team. So I want to place my deep sense of appreciation to each one of these persons who have directly or indirectly helped in making this event a success, a great success. I am sure Honorable Vice Chancellor is not here today, but he also, physically he may not be present, but mentally he is present here. All the time, yesterday evening, he was talking about eyes, eyes, and eyes. And I'm sure the next series is waiting for us. It will be in next academic year. And the theme will be humanities. So next series will be focusing lectures on humanities, and one lecture will be humanities without science. And I'm sure we will make it also very purposeful and very fruitful for the benefit of our students, for the cause of higher education. And on this note, once again, I thank all of you for attending the program, for getting yourself enriched, and I am sure you will feel very comfortable. You must have gained something. With this note, I once again extend a warm welcome to our esteemed Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Jain Narlikar ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. As rightly said by our Pro-Vice Chancellor, we all know about Professor Narlikar. But to know the molecular information, now I request our BCUD Director, Dr. Rajpal Hande, to give the introduction.
सरांची इंट्रोडक्शन म्हणजे सूर्याला पुन्हा एकदा आरसा दाखवण्यासारखं आहे. फक्त त्यांच्या कार्याचा आढावा नवीन पिढीसाठी. ओळख म्हणजे सर्वांना आपल्याला माहीतच आहे. पद्मविभूषण प्रोफेसर जयंत विष्णू नारळीकर, currently Emeritus Professor at IUCAA, Pune, was its founder director since 1988 to 2003. He obtained his higher education at BHU, Varanasi and Cambridge, UK. He later stayed on at Cambridge till 1972 as Fellow of King's College 1965 to 72 and founder staff member of Institute of Theoretical Astronomy 1966-72. He returned to India to join TIFR from 72 to 1989, where under his charge the Theoretical Astrophysics group acquired international standing. Professor Narlikar is internationally known for his work on cosmology, especially in championing models alternatives to the popular Big Bang model. His research work has involved Mach's principle, quantum cosmology, and its action at distance physics. He is recipient of numerous awards and honors. Among them are Padma Bhushan in 1996, Padma Vibhushan in 2004, and Maharashtra Bhushan in 2010. Apart from his scientific research, he has been well known as a communicator of science through his books. आणि मला वाटतं की सर आमची पिढी ज्यांचा विषय नसतानाही ॲस्ट्रॉनॉमी विषय नसतानाही खगोलशास्त्र म्हणून त्यांना थोडी बहुत माहिती झालेली आहे ते आपणामुळे. आणि आपली माहिती पुस्तकं जी आहेत शाळांमध्ये मराठीमध्ये जी वाचून जी आमची पिढी पुढे आलेली आहे त्यातली काही पुस्तकं अजूनही आमच्या स्मरणात आहेत आणि ही पिढी वाचत असेल. ती पुस्तकं वामन परत आला, अंतराळातील भस्मासूर, कृष्णमेध, प्रेषित, व्हायरस, यक्षाची देणगी, टाईम मशीनची किमया, याला जीवन ऐसे नाव, आकाशाशी जडले नाते, विमानाची गरुड झेप, गणितातील गमती जमती, विश्वाची रचना, नभात हसले तारे, ही सगळी पुस्तकं माहिती पुस्तकं वाचून आम्ही खगोलशास्त्राचं ज्ञान घेतलेलं आहे. आणि ही मला वाटतं आपणा सर्वांना फार मोठी देणगी सर जयंत नारळीकरांकडून आलेली आहे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, केम्ब्रिजमध्ये असताना सर फ्रेड हॉईल यांच्या हे सरांचे गाईड PhD साठी. आणि हॉईल नारळीकर सिद्धांत हा फेमस सिद्धांत, गुरुत्वाकर्षणामधला सिद्धांत, वस्तूमधील कणांचे अंतर्गत वस्तुमान हे त्या वस्तूतील सर्व कणांच्या एकत्रित कार्याची परिणती असते, हा गुरुत्वाकर्षणाचा सिद्धांत हॉईल नारळीकर सिद्धांत म्हणून प्रसिद्ध आहे. तसंच आपणा सर्वांच्या आयुष्यात जितके नभांगणाचे तारांगणाचे स्थान आणि महत्त्व आहे आणि मला वाटतं ते नभांगण तारांगण आपण पाहताना आपणा सर्वांना निश्चितच असं म्हणावं लागेल डॉक्टर जयंत नारळीकरांचं स्थानही त्याच नभांगण तारांगणा इतकं आपल्या सर्वांच्या आयुष्यामध्ये आहे. Everybody saw apple falling. Only Newton could think and discovered how it is falling. Likewise, people studied the astronomy. Only Dr. Nadikar could bring it to the schools and the level of children for getting the knowledge. Hey, eyes series, sir, we are fortunate to have you here today. आईज सिरीज सुरू झाली, एका कराने सुरू झालेली आहे. आज दुसरे कर त्याची सांगता करत आहेत. पहिले कर होते माशेल कर आणि आज सांगता करताना डॉक्टर नारळीकर. ह्या करांनी सुरू झालेली आईज सिरीज हा सांगता होत आहे आज डॉक्टर जयंत नारळीकरांच्या हस्ते. हे आमचं मत भाग्यचं आहे. या तुमच्यामुळे सर आज सर्व विद्यापीठातीलच नव्हे तर बाहेरच्या पब्लिकमधील बरीच मंडळी इथे आलेली आहेत. फक्त तुमच्या नावामुळे ही आलेली आहे, तुम्हाला ऐकण्यासाठी आलेली आहेत. सो वन्स अगेन वी आर रिअली ग्रेटफुल अँड ऑनर टू हॅव डॉक्टर जयंत नारळीकर विथ अस. थँक्यू.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed honored to be invited to deliver a lecture in the distinguished lecture series Eyes of the university. When the invitation came, I could not say no to it for the following reason. You have heard of the word alma mater. That is, alma mater is your mother institution which gives you degree. So Mumbai University is my alma mater in law. So I have to respect her injunctions. Now when you start a movie, you find in the beginning some certificate appears which says parental guidance needed or something like that. So in my lecture today, an initial statement that I want to make is that this talk contains occasional mathematics, but don't be afraid of it. You will be able to understand it. So some mathematics is needed if you are discussing scientific controversy, which is part of my theme today. Now, in Sanskrit, there is a statement, Vade Vade Jayate Tattva Bodha. That means through controversies, you come to learn more about the fundamentals. So, I want to give you an example in today's talk. It also recalls my early research life. That is, when I had joined as a research student in Cambridge, some of my experiences are folded into it. And I want to begin by saying that when I finished my examination in Cambridge and I was declared suitable for entering as a research student, my supervisor, who was appointed to guide me for the PhD, was Fred Hoyle. And Fred Hoyle invited me to his house to discuss what kind of research I would be interested in. Because Fred was a very versatile person. He had interests in all aspects of astronomy, from essentially comets to cosmology, small to large, near to distant. of course, his interest went beyond astronomy also. So I went there to his house. He was very hospitable. And we sat to discuss what I should study or what I should do by way of prior preparation for whatever research I want to do. So he enumerated a likely set of problems which might be of interest to me. So the idea was that I should choose one of them. So I noticed that in that list there was a significant absence of one particular subject which I really wanted to work on. That was his own idea of the universe, which is called the steady-state universe. This is a model of the universe which has no beginning and no end, and which keeps on expanding. And if you have an expansion going on, but you want to maintain steady state, that means you want to maintain the same density, you need to create matter to make up for the expansion. So this was the basic idea of the theory, and there were many attractive features associated with it. Some had been explored, some had not been explored, and it is this latter that I was really interested in. So, when I asked him, why don't you include the steady state model as part of this menu which you have served to me? So he said that that topic was controversial, and he did not want a new research student getting involved or embroiled in a controversy. The new research student is inexperienced, so he needs to be, in a sense, kept away from these more testing trials of controversies. So I of course couldn't say anything on that. It was, he had omitted steady state theory with good intention, and I left it at that. However, the actual situation as it developed within a few months was quite different. If we can now come to the topic, which says Cambridge controversy and its aftermath for radio astronomy. I would like to begin by mentioning that there were in the 1960s, by the way, it was 1960 that I went to Fred as a research student, so the clock started ticking from 1960. So in the period 1950 to 65, two theories occupied central stage in cosmology. Cosmology, that is the large-scale structure and evolution of the universe. So it's a branch of astronomy that one talks about. I sometimes, as an old-fashioned cosmologist, I sometimes say that the particle physicists have hijacked cosmology and taken it in their wings, but that is not the subject today. So, what are the two cosmologies? Which one was Big Bang. Now here comes my little mathematics. The scale factor, S of t is the scale factor. Imagine the universe is expanding, and that is what everybody believes in. So there is a scale associated with the universe which is increasing with time. And the function